Hello people from Gooner Station, John here. It's been a long time since I've made a video. There's a lot of people, say like 7 people subscribing to my channel, and I really appreciate if you did that. I think last time I made a video was 4 months ago, something like that, in the Arsenal versus Burnley game. But yes people, I think I'm restarting this channel talking about Philippe Coutinho, and well, honestly, I don't know if you guys have my opinions on him. I don't know if you guys agree. I'm gonna give my opinions on what I think about him. Well, so Coutinho, we already know he's playing for Bayern, and he's being on loan there this season, and we're linked with a move. Personally, I don't think he would be the best option for me. Some people like him, some people don't. For me, I wouldn't take him, but I think it's a nice idea to take him on loan, which is something that we are also linked to. We might buy him, which I don't think we will, and we might get him on loan. And I don't think, as I said, I wouldn't buy him. I have like 3 other options for the midfield that I can think of right now that I think that are better than him. I think that first, my personal favorite guy is Jack Grealish for his versatility. He can play on the left, he can play central midfielder, he can play as a cam as well, a center attacking mid. So I think that would be a good option. And some people talk about Madison as well. I don't personally agree with, because I think if the Premier League continues, well, Aston Villa has a really high chance of getting relegated, and if Aston Villa get relegated, they're gonna need money. They're gonna have to sell some of their players, at least Jack Grealish. Maybe they're gonna have to sell Tyrone Mings as well. Maybe they're gonna have to sell John McGinn. But the main player, of course, everybody knows, is Jack Grealish, and I think he will be going for around 40 to 55 million if they get relegated. So I don't really think it's that much compared to a guy who's already proven in the Premier League, doing really well this season. I think he was one of the best, in my opinion. And yes, people, my second option, I think it would be Marcel Sabitzer from Leipzig. I think that he's a really decent player, plays in big games, plays some decent games this season. He's been already consistent for Leipzig, and it's not been only this season, it's been last season as well. If I'm not mistaken, he's also one of those players who used to play for Salzburg, then he went to Leipzig. It's a whole Red Bull always doing this advertisement. They start the player at the bottom. At Salzburg, for example, they have a lot of teams. They have Austria, of course, which is Salzburg. Then they have teams in Germany, which is Leipzig, of course. They made one in Brazil, which is called Red Bull Bragantino. And yes, their only intention is to make money. They're gonna be getting the young players. Their recruitment is really, really good, and their intention is to make money out of it. So I don't think it's gonna be that hard to take the players from them. Marcel Sabitzer has a contract until 2022. I think he's a very decent player. I don't know if he would fit in the Premier League. In my opinion, yes. He's an intense midfielder. I think it's something we don't have. I think our midfield is the weakest position we have, in my opinion. I think Ozil, it's mostly what you guys already know. I'm not the biggest fan of Ozil. Xhaka, I think he's our best midfielder, in my opinion. Torreira, I don't think he's on that level as well. Guendouzi, I think he still has to learn, but he needs some experience, way more experience, and I think I feel like he's too cocky right now. So he's been to the French national team, and he came back thinking that he was like, I went to the French national team, we won the World Cup, and I'm already playing for the French national team, and I'm 20 years old. He was 20 years old when he got called up to the French national team. Now he's 21. And yes, I think he's a really good youngster. Technically, for me, he's pretty good, but tactically, for me, he's still too. It's not like a. I'm not criticizing the players. I'm just making something constructive for him. I think he's too, let's say, dumb tactically, in my opinion. The way he defends, he doesn't track. He tries to track back, but his position is just terrible. His defensive awareness is just, in my opinion, not good enough. Of course, he can improve. He's only 21 years old. By the way, he's never played under us with 21 years old, so I think he has a lot to improve, but he has to put his head down and learn with Arteta. Arteta knows what he's doing, in my opinion. I support Arteta 100%. Third option for me. Oh, by the way, Marcel Sabitzer, I don't know if I said, contract goes into 2022. It should go from around 35 to 45 million. Should not go more than that. And yes, people around there. Third option for me would be Nabil Fekir, playing for La Liga. I don't know why still he's playing for Real Betis, but it's just happening. I don't know. I thought from Leon, of course, he was going to Liverpool, and then they detected a pretty bad injury on his knee. A lot of people, I see a lot of, something I really disagree with. I see a lot of people saying, oh, Fekir is injury prone, we cannot take him. Fekir has had actually 3 injuries in his career, and 2 of them, and one was a major injury, and the other one, I think actually 5, because he had 2 this season. But it was literally for 13 days, the first one, and I think the second was for 12 days. And like Leon, he had a pretty bad injury, and then he's had 2 other injuries, which were, honestly, I think one was 11 days and the other was like 8 days. So it's basically like almost like some muscular thing, something not serious at all in my opinion, except for the one on his knees. So a lot of people say he's injury prone, but I don't get the point. He's had 1 pretty bad injury in his career, and that's really it. Yeah, he's not injury prone player. Injury prone players like a player like Marco Reus plays like 5 games and he gets injured, and then he misses like 20 games of the season. It's something like that. So yeah, people. Fekir also, he would cost around, I would say, 30 to 40 million. I don't think Betis would ask for so much like that. I think he's 26 if I'm not mistaken. Contract goes until 2023, and he's doing pretty well there to be decent. I watched his game against Real Madrid. He was absolutely fantastic on that game. He destroyed Real Madrid. I think he got 1 assist, and you might say, oh, 1 assist only, that's it. But it's not really about only that. His performance was actually pretty good against Real Madrid. What he was doing with Eder Militao, and he was excellent in that game. And against Barcelona, he was actually really good. He basically he's doing a lot for Real Betis. I don't think he's supposed to be there at all. I think he's a very decent player. He's a very good shot. Long shots are good. His shots are really powerful. He can dribble a lot. His passes are good. And he has high intensity. He can also play on the wing. He can play as a center attacking mid. He can play left wing, right wing. He can even play as a center forward. I think he's a versatile player, something that we need if we get any injury. With our players, for example, Saka gets injured, and we're gonna have no one on left wing. Of course, I know Martinelli can play there, but I personally prefer Martinelli as a striker. So you can put not Ryan Fraser, Nabil Fekir in the left wing, for example, and we can play with him. He's a versatile player, and same to Jack Grealish. So yes, people, those 3, and then Philippe Coutinho, which is the main point of the video. Philippe Coutinho is on high wages on Bayern Munich right now, 250k a week. So that's a lot. I know we have Ozil who gets 350. I don't think we're selling him this summer. I don't think, if he goes, I think he's going to Fenerbahce. He's not going to China. For me, he's going either Fenerbahce or either DC United. And I think if he goes, he's going to Fenerbahce. So yes, people, I think the chances are pretty low of him going, because nobody wants to pay 350k to get Ozil, plus what they have to pay for Arsenal. If I was Arsenal, just offer, I wouldn't. Honestly, we have no option. I would just let him go. I wouldn't pay him. I wouldn't give him the 18 million to go. I would just accept any offer. If it's like 5 million, I would do it. I'll do it. So yeah, people. And Coutinho's not having a great time since he's gone to Barcelona. At Liverpool, he was pretty good here in the league. I think it's a high risk. Even on loan, we're gonna have to spend. Bayern, if I'm not mistaken, paid 8 million euros to get Philippe Coutinho for 1 season, which is a decent amount of money. Plus the wages at 250k a week. It's quite a lot. Yeah, and they're not. I don't think they're fully paying 100% the wages. I think Barcelona pays some parts as well. So yeah, people. I wouldn't buy him personally. I wouldn't buy him at all. I would just get him on loan, and because I think this season we have to spend smart, and I don't think we have to go and spend everything on the player. I can make a video based on that. I can make a a simple video on that. I want to talk about Coutinho in this video. He's already 27 people. He's turning 28 this year. He's from 1992. He's turning 28 on June. So if we get him for like on a 4-year deal contract or 5-year, I don't think it's gonna be like what we need. I think on loan would be the best option, and I think it would be decent as well, because on loan you're paying like 8 million, 9 million for Coutinho. We're having him for 1 season, and then we can strengthen we can spend more in other positions, and then we can get players for those positions, and then next season we can spend a lot of big money on that particular position. Because Ozu's probably going to leave in 2020-21 season, and then Coutinho leaves as well. So that's like 500K more on the weekly wages. So I think that's a lot. That's really a lot. So we can spend a decent money on that, in my opinion. I think we have to spend smart. I'm gonna make a video on that. And first video coming back, kind of nervous talking to the camera like that after 4 months. So yeah, sorry if you guys don't like that, but after 4 months it's something really different for me. But thank you guys, thank you for watching Gooner Station. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you.